Welcome to this little or short briefing to do with a very important matter to do with the tragedy that occurred in Chingola. Over 200 to 300 families have been left in the cold by the UPND government as a result of a very reckless, inhumane decision that was made by Nakachinda, the president, together with his cabinet, arising from a cab memo that was moved by the Member of Parliament Fondora Central, who's also Minister for Transport, Frank Tayali. It has come to our attention that through the binocracy, that from last night, after taking such a barbaric action, and the backlash that has come from not only the people of Chingola but the entire Copper Belt, and as a result of the reaction of the people of Kwacha as well as the people of Kabushi, appreciating that we have in place today a government that has no regard to the life and welfare of the people they are supposed to preside over, by going to with impunity, without any measures taken to demolish houses in Chingola. They have now decided that they're going to send the National Coordinator for DMMU to go and try and mitigate a situation there by offering whatever packages that they're going to offer. We want to say to the people of Copperbelt, we want to say to the people of Chingola that the DMMU packages that are coming are just there to come and window dress and fool you. Because if they had consideration towards your welfare, they would not have created this disaster. They would have found ways in which you mitigate, especially that now we are getting information that one of the people, the residents there, are blaming for those illegal plots is the current mayor for UPND, who they have named. We do not support, neither do we agree with the action taken by some of the residents here to go and burn the mayor's house, neither, and also burn his lodge. Ours is that we should always make sure that the rule of law prevails. But in dealing with those plots, government's approach should have been different. But as it were, the UPND government uses criminal tactics in dealing with matters where they're expected to come clean. Remember, they made a decision, for example, from State House to negotiate with Mr. Miningo, the KCM liquidator. When that negotiation and settlement was agreed upon, and there was some negative reaction, instead of owning up, they have been attempting or they decided to sacrifice an individual, in this case, Madam Lilian Siuni, the DPP of the Republic of Zambia, to a point where even when she has been taken to JCC, they have refused to have the president waive her oath of secrecy so that she can be free to explain herself and defend herself. And they have continued to try and use criminal tactics to hand her out of that particular office. We demand that let the rule of law prevail in all circumstances. We exposed, if you remember, the issue to do with $100 million scandal at the Ministry of Health. We had P.F'S Magwende sacrificed when in fact those who are involved in clear criminal activities around that deal remain in office. We have been zooming and following up this matter, and we are aware that some of the people involved in that deal from South Africa and others, where some ministers were demanding for vehicles, demanding for money, and some of them even received some money through some business persons on the Copper Belt, are still holding office. We are wondering whether Nakachinda Hichilema is a fight against corruption is just a facade, is a political ploy, of course targeting the Patriotic Front members and officials purely for propaganda purposes, when corruption is smelling and happening under his nose. Now we have this scandal in Chingola. They are going to sacrifice 2 or 3 other people to suggest that President Nakachinda Hichilema is not even aware of what has happened. But I want to say to the people of Copperfield, that decision to demolish those houses is Mr. Nakachinda's decision. It was a cabinet decision with cabinet minutes that exist and want to challenge government whether or not they deny that they are the ones that sanctioned and decided to demolish those houses under the auspice of the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Nakachinda Hichilema. We just thought we could put those facts on hand so that no more other innocent civil servants, technocrats are going to be sacrificed. Thank you very much.
Just a few questions away from this subject, Honorable Nakachinda. Yesterday, the Central Committee under your political party unveiled 2 names. These are the names that will be standing in Kabushi as well as Kwacha constituents. And we've seen file in their nomination, 3 actually, to file in their nominations. They're going to challenge you because you are abrogating the constitution. What could be your reaction of P.F'S statement?
First of all, the first thing is that you keep on abusing titles. You want to accord Mr. P.F'S a title that governance activist. Call him for what he is. He is a UPND cadre who has been trying to find ways of soliciting for a job. At some point, he was hoping that he can get a job at TCZ. Maybe because now there's a vacancy there, he could still be trying to use these antiques for him to be considered for the job at TCZ since Shindano has left. These are overzealous UPND cadres, finding every opportunity to patronize Mr. Nakachinda Hichilema and the UPND leadership. To say that they are going to challenge, it's even supposed not to be news. Honorable Rusambo qualifies to contest the seat in Kabushi. Honorable Malanji qualifies. The grounds for which Honorable Malanji's seat was nullified, first of all, we must read both judgments, one by the majority and the other by the minority. And you, like others have described that judgment, like the diggers who called it a nonsensical judgment. I think as Patriotic Front, we have also done our own due diligence in studying all these matters, including obtaining, records of proceedings in all the matters, Honorable Sambo's matter as well as Honorable Malanji's matter. And we have applied ourselves to the law, and to that effect, those threats are baseless cadre antiques for patronage to those that are in authority. If Mr. P.F'S wants a job, he can get it in a more decent manner. After all, he's an educated guy. He's my brother, but I'll come strongly today because I think an educated person like himself should not use patronage to get a job. Just get it on merit, not these antiques that he's using. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.